I'm out on my pranayama for the first time in about a year. I broke this out after Ladiga last year when I was injured, and I just needed something sort of fun to remind myself not to be all long distance efficiency focused all the time. I think of this deck as a palate cleanser in the sense that it's unlike most of the other decks that I own. What is it in a nutshell? It's a pusher. It's pumpable, but in a sort of exaggerated, this isn't really how you're supposed to be propelling this deck sort of way. Very low to the ground. It's designed around traditional kingpin, so it has a diviness and playfulness about it. I'd call it twitchy, but it really isn't twitchy. It's just loose. It encourages playfulness. It's very nimble. It's also very rigid. It's a stiff platform, which is good because it's so low to the ground, you would bottom it out way too easily if it had any flex to it. And for all those reasons, it's kind of the opposite of most of my traditional distance setups, which tend to be reverse kingpin, some flex to them for pumping. Lately I've been riding a little higher off the ground. This is stupidly low, like so low, especially with 85mm wheels. This deck is almost stock. It came with the speed vents when I bought it. I did upgrade the trucks to the Pantheon branded ones from the Paris, and to be honest, I don't have enough miles on this to say, is it traditional, is it significantly different? I like it this way. I like it a lot. It's very carvy, playful, as I said. I'm on a downhill slope with a tailwind, so I'll come back the other way in a bit and show you what it's like to try to pump it, if you're curious. It's a very rear focused pump, like you get a lot more out of your rear foot drive, and if I really hit it hard, I start to bottom it out, so I don't really do that. But it is fun to try to pump something that is not designed for it, because it's rewarding in its own way. But as a pusher, it's excellent. You can do a lot of one-foot steering, work on your balance, but you're so low to the ground, it inspires confidence. It's the board I learned to switch on, particularly trying to push uphill. You're so low to the ground, like it's a logical extension of just walking. I mean, there's like requires very little hip stability to be able to push like this. It's just effortless. Whew. But it is a little twitchy, so there, I said it wasn't twitchy, and now I'm saying it is. Like downhill, I would find it a little sketchy. I bet more talented riders could slide this deck pretty easily. The back wants to kind of jump out on you if you're really carving hard. So it's a fun deck. As I said, I think of it as a change of pace, a palate cleanser, if you will. It's a good complement if you have a very like all business, distance focused quiver. There's plenty of other decks in the Pantheon lineup that suit that purpose as well, but I find this one to be one of my favorite to grab if I'm just in the mood for something different. Here I am pushing uphill with a pretty good effort switch. And again, I haven't been on this board in about a year. So nimble, but stable when you need it to be. I'm able to switch. Not quite as stable as my TKP boards. Woo! It's a pretty good headwind. The pavement is pretty bad here. The wind is brutal today. Woo! But it's so gorgeous out. The humidity's gone. Temperatures are down. I'll demonstrate a little bit of pumping Again, not efficient. Favors a rear foot sort of drive with weighting and unweighting. Ooh, I just bottomed out. So I can move my foot back, wider stance. Kind of goofy, but fun too. And very inefficient. Good workout. People ask online all the time about adapting this deck to use a reverse kingpin truck or put bigger wheels on it or other such things. And when I see Jeff respond to those questions, I'm often thinking he's probably thinking this person just bought the wrong deck. I mean, he makes it, oh shoot, gosh darn it. He's very kind about it, but I'm sure he's thinking this person bought the wrong deck. And that's kind of what I think. Like, he makes it pretty clear this deck is designed around traditional kingpin trucks. Could you fit reverse kingpin? Sure, but why? Like, buy a trip instead. This deck is different and designed very purposefully for TKP trucks. So I like it that way. Likewise, I have the 85mm speed vents that it came with now. I'm sure he packages it with the Karma wheels, which I'm sure are great. They're only a couple millimeters taller, and they're nice and narrow, so I'm sure you wouldn't get deck bite. But I like it as is. I wouldn't change it. You could say, which direction is forward? And I would answer, yes. Doesn't matter. That's kind of nice. What bushings are in it? Well, whatever it came with the Pantheon branded trucks. I just don't tinker with it. Why? It's just great off the shelf. It's very purposeful and playful. What more could you want? So it gets my strongest recommendation for any quiver, particularly if you're looking for something a little bit different. If you like TKP trucks in general, then this deck is for you. And if you haven't tried TKP trucks before, you owe it to yourself to give it a go sometime. I think of this deck as like a go-kart or a small sports car. It has a very low center of gravity, super nimble, fast, precise. Now, am I pumping? It's almost like between a pump and a car. But it's fun. And again, it has like a rear wheel drive bias. Woo! That's fun. Not gonna happen. Switch. Is it pumpable with a front wheel drive bias? Let's see. I think yes, it's just not as fun. So here I am, a more narrow stance, more of a wiggle pump. Doable, it's not as fun. Maybe I spoke too soon. It's pretty fun. Whew. But you reach a point where you're like, why am I doing this? It's so easy to push. Woo. That one's for Mark, just in case he's watching.